that are doing things that are in the best interest of Nigeria. And that was why I suggested to the president that the president, you have to be firm. You have to be firm on this issue. I am not saying that Ibrahim Mustafa Magu is the only candidate in Nigeria that can do this job. But they are pursuing him. It is a vendetta.
Okay.
Just for those issues that are explained in his memo, which was also on the internet.
Chief Iwayawu, for a moment, Chief Iwayawu, I want you to listen to this. And this is actually very interesting, and we must take note of this. Take a listen to this senator and his thought about those who surround the president, and I wanted to comment on it. And of course, I would like Elijah Tanko also to comment. Take a listen to him.
Sometimes ago, like 50-something days ago, the president went for leave to attend to his health issues. And the vice president was made acting president for about 59 days. Did you hear about Niger Delta Avengers? Did you hear about Fulani herdsmen for the 59 days? Did you hear any media attack, or did you hear any tension in the country? But for the simple now, just 2 weeks, the president is back. And the people surrounding the president are creating tension in the country. I want Nigerians to know that the enemies of this government, they are very, very close to the government. And they are very, very close to the president.
Chief Iwayawu, just briefly, I want you to comment on that. Do you believe that there are cabals, people close to the president, that are frustrating this government?
Of course, we have cabal in President Muhammad Buhari's government. The First Lady says so. Even before she says so, we knew that the cabals exist. And that's why I'm saying Mr. President should take control of his government.
Okay, let me, just for a moment, let's come to Lagos. Elijah Tanko, let's come to Lagos. What's your comment on the senators?
If a wall doesn't crack, a lizard cannot enter. There's no way. Now, you have a government that the DSS and the presidency and then the Senate, the DSS and the Senate and the presidency work together. The people who are writing reports against Magu are DSS people. Some will even say that they gave credit to them because they were able to expose at least one of their own. But the truth about it is that they wrote the report, even if the Senate acts, the DSS have the right to say, no, our report is not for your own use, it's for the use of Mr. President. Now, but that did not happen. Now, they brought this gentleman to this particular situation. Before the first letter, it got into the public. The second letter too got into the public. There's this particular saying. A new mosquito started flying, first time in his life. When he went shopping to feed, when he came back, his father said, how was it? He said, sir, they were clapping for me. Everybody was clapping for me. He said, no, they're not clapping for you. They were trying to kill you. The more they clap, the more the chances of you being killed. Life is like that. Those who want to kill you does not come with swords sometimes.
So is the senator right that the enemies of this government are within the corridors of power?
Because if they should have cleared their own, don't give, because you know, the perception that is already up in the air is that the Senate is corrupt and all. People have a right to say so because of the level of situation that is already happening. And then, if that should be the case, you now write a report and bring that juxtaposition to the Senate that particular person will be cleared. What do you expect?
Because the Senate is saying that there's in fact a more damning document about a more damning
Who
report
is writing it?
about the acting EFCC chairman.
That's my worry.
That was presented to the president, even more than what was presented to the Senate.
That is my worry, because ordinarily the work that Magu had done is enormous enough to make everybody love him, because of the level of what he has already collected.
But do you see that the Senate is frustrating that? Who the Senate have cleared him without?
It wasn't the Senate that wrote that particular document. It wasn't the Senate.
Who the Senate have?
It was the DSS who wrote it.
Who the Senate have passed him without looking at the DSS?
That was the position that my senior colleague is presenting. But then we have a scenario on ground. This is a Senate that's already been given all kinds of names. Right or wrong? Okay, we can challenge it.
Let me quickly go back to Chief Iwayawu. On the CG of Customs case, there is a story about a Range Rover belonging to the Senate President. Those are the reports that we're hearing about how it was impounded, and perhaps another letter by the chairman of the Committee on Customs and the issue of importation of rice being not allowed. That these are some of the real issues why the CG of Customs is being given this tough situation. Do you think so?
Please, before I comment on that, give me a minute to summarize my position on this issue which you stopped me. I want to say with all sense of responsibility that there is nothing new in the documents being circularized by whoever did it. If you look at all the allegations of documents found in Magu's house, those documents, they did not report that it was Magu that gave those documents. I was reading Daily Trust today. El-Rufai's memo to the president leaked. He denied it today. So those documents, there is nothing to show that he released those documents. The president should reappoint him, let him fight this corruption, because this is one of the mantra why President Buhari was elected. He should not listen to those people ganging up to destroy Magu. Magu has done well. He has performed his duties, and if you check his CV, you find out he's a financial crime investigator, an accountant trained by the FBI, trained by Metropolitan Police. Those who are afraid of Magu should not succeed. This is corruption fighting back. Magu should go back. And that is the position of most Nigerians.
Because we need to go on this break, we'll take a moment. And when we come back, what could be the way out of the seemingly undercurrent between the Senate and the executive? My guests are here. Find out more about this when we return.